Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and wow, I just keep having more and more stuff. I can't remember who sent me this, but I saw this last night and I had to show it to you. This is from Los Angeles Times. Billionaire Marc Andreessen buys Malibu mansion for $177 million, a California record. I think he lives in the most expensive house. What does this have to do with this channel? Well, Marc Andreessen runs Andreessen Horowitz. He's the man. He's the guy that founded Netscape, and he's at Andreessen Horowitz. And what do we know about Andreessen Horowitz? They are the company who ran Jay Clayton asked to run or to head up the venture capital working group, and it was Chris Dixon over at Andreessen Horowitz was told to go and find all the industry players, and that meeting with Jay Clayton ended up being the safe harbor memo, which went to the SEC and eventually became the Bill Hinman speech. And that's why this is relevant. Okay, well, you know where the timeline is. Just go in my Twitter feed, the timeline about how it happened and how it worked. Now, look at this. Grayscale parent Digital Currency Group tops $10 billion valuation with SoftBank Google investments. This is Barry Silbert who runs this. And when I saw this, that the Digital Currency Group tops $10 billion valuation, it immediately reminded me of this from December 20th of 2019. CNBC ran an article on Ripple, which had just been valued at $10 billion as well. So you know, when I see this, it's like since I started covering all this, it's like every time Ripple does something good, it's like, or if you see an article, I remember back in I think it was 2018. I remember David Schwartz saying something about this. It was Chris Larson. There was a write-up on Chris Larson and how wealthy he was as a result of XRP going up in price. And as I recall, don't quote me, but I'm almost positive it was written by Laura Shin, who is a known Bitcoin maxi, or proof of work maxi. And I always thought when I saw it that she had written that up just to get the focus on his wealth, so that it was more or less like a hit piece. And I remember David Schwartz saying that day, I remember him saying, I knew that the price was going to go down after that because, you know, that's how it works. So anyway, this is, make no mistake, like John Deaton said, this is a war, folks. There are, and the marketing machine behind all this proof of work BS, they have media people in their pockets. They've got it all. I'm not saying that Laura Shin is in anybody's pocket. I'm just saying they have media people in their pockets, and that's the deal, folks. I've watched it unfold for over 3 years now. Okay, now I am not going to play this, and the reason I'm not going to play this is because it almost makes you want to vomit. Okay. This Jeremy Allaire that runs Circle, he says Circle drops the bomb while the world waits for the White House crew to drop their bomb with the PWG stablecoin report today. We decided to drop our own bomb, the Circle bomb. You dropped a bomb, all right. This is painful to watch, folks, and I'm not going to put you through it. But that's Jeremy Allaire. Apparently, he made a promise to his company that he would perform a rap video when USDC hit $20 billion. So, and I put this down here under his thread. I said, I thought crypto already learned this lesson from the Ethereum crew. Remember when Vitalik Buterin and them did that rap? Wow. Tough to watch, folks. All right, let's check in with the official cool guy of the Digital Asset Investor channel.
Gary, are you there? Gary, it's November 1st. 2021, and the XRP army is not leaving.
XRP. Okay, here we go. This is some good clips that this guy JV at JV the Great. Let me make sure I follow him. Yes, I do. Okay. He found this one. Listen to this. Now, this is not my volume. Let me make sure my volume's up enough so you can hear all of this. Yep. Well, I can go up a little bit further than that. All right. This is not my volume. It's just the volume on the clip.
2 years' time, and people will see this film, or 4 years' time, I think it will be an interesting historic moment.
So what we're doing is we're saying we have this Ethereum network. Inside the Ethereum network, there's this asset called Ether, and we're actually going to be selling Ether. We're going to be selling Ether at a rate of 1,000 to 2,000 Ether for 1 Bitcoin, and that's how we're going to raise all the money.
It worked. Vitalik figured out a way to fund the Ethereum project, and it made his investors very rich.
Made them very rich.
This new model for fundraising soon had a name, an initial coin offering, or ICO.
IPOs and ICOs sound similar, but they're nothing similar. The only thing similar about them is they both help you raise money. IPOs you don't do until you have a company, until you have revenue, until you have users, until you actually prove to the public investors that this is a valuable company that's worth investing and it's worth buying their stock. ICOs, it's pre-product, you have maybe a couple people on the team, it's just a white paper, and so people are just buying into faith that this is something that will exist.
And this is the guy who opened the floodgates. He created a standard called ERC20, enabling you or me or anyone to create an ICO.
So, on the one hand, you have these smart contracts, these little programs that can talk to each other, but you have to define how do they talk to each other. And because everybody now agrees to that same standard,
smart contracts can interact within the entire Ethereum network, and the ERC20 standard allowed the creation of tokens.
The goal here is ultimately, I'd like to see 8-year-olds building their own financial systems.
Yeah, but what if some of these 8-year-olds are also scammers?
So let's say I'm trying to do an ICO, and I create a smart contract where I create 1 million coins, and one of the transactions is that if you send me $100, I will send you that many worth of coins.
It was a mad gold rush.
People realized, wow, if I can just pull together a project in a white paper, I can raise money.
Like a lot of money.
Okay, there's a few more parts to this, but I think I'm going to play this part that mentions Chris Larsen.
An air like a central bank. Well, that's why this guy was one of the wealthiest men on earth for a brief moment. Here's how that happened.
There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins, and its inventor had to earn them by mining with his computers, just like everyone else. There are more Litecoins and even more Ether in circulation. Vitalik kept some portion to fund the development team. And then there's Ripple. They created 100 billion XRP, but kept 80% for themselves and their clients. And the other 20% they gave as a bonus to the founders. That's how you get to be one of the richest men on earth.
Okay, maybe I was a bit too harsh on ICOs. Democratizing startup finance can be a good thing. There were many legit companies raising capital too, over the years.
Now, here's what's interesting about that is that Ripple has always been transparent about what they have. The guys from Ethereum they never showed it. We actually showed you video on stage of Joseph Lubin and Brad Garlinghouse going at it. And the guys at Ethereum, and he said, oh yeah, we're going to be very transparent within our company. In other words, we're not going to show anything to the world. And Ripple's been attacked from day one because of that. Now, something I forgot to mention from the Q3 2021 XRP markets report, I wanted to go back and show it to you, is this little line down here. Lastly, in September 2021, Ripple officially made its final transfer of XRP to Jed McCaleb. And for those of you that don't know, Jed McCaleb started Ripple, and then he left and started Stellar, and then there was a big lawsuit between Ripple and Jed McCaleb so that he wouldn't just keep unloading his XRP. So the deal basically was that so X amount of XRP would be released to Jed McCaleb to do what he wanted with it over a long period of time. That's the settlement they arrived at. And so they're letting you know that his final transfer of XRP, it went to him in September 2021. Now, I want to play you something real quick. This is from the What Bitcoin Did podcast. And I don't even know the guy's, I think the interviewer's name is Daniel Kellman. Or I don't know if that's the interviewer or the guy he's interviewing, but anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is, I want you to listen to this clip, because remember, Jed McCaleb started Mt. Gox, then he left that, and when all the legal problems started, he left that, went and started Ripple, then he left that and went to Stellar, okay? Meanwhile, right now, we're in the middle, Ripple's in the middle of an SEC lawsuit. Ethereum has been given a free pass, and Jed McCaleb over at Stellar, these guys aren't being touched. Nobody's messing with them. And then we found out yesterday from my video that the Joy Ito guy from MIT that was there with Gary Gensler, we found out that he was on the board early on at Stellar. And so here's a clip that I wanted to play for you. Think about this, and you can go Google it. Anywhere you ever look, Mt. Gox was in Japan. Anywhere you ever look. But I've never been able to find any clue that Jed McCaleb was in Japan. Not me. Maybe you have. But listen to this clip.
More or less, this would have all been done by now. I feel confident saying this would be completed by now if it weren't for Peter Vicenis.
And so what's his claim?
So this is, his claim is based on a lawsuit. And to understand this lawsuit, we have to go back in time. Back in time to the early days of Mt. Gox when Jed ran it. One of the first people to contact Jed was Peter. And Peter was very interested in Mt. Gox. And he emailed back and forth with Jed, and I believe at one point went to meet him in Costa Rica where they discussed him becoming a partner. And he turned it down. Then Jed sold it to Mark.
Well, I always thought that Mark and Jed were in Japan. But anyway, that clip hit me. I was like, what? Anyway, moving along. You know what? I'm trying to not make my videos so long. I'm gonna stop here, but before I do, I want to show you something. This right here was in the I saw this in the news the other day. Build Back Better Act would close tax loophole for crypto investors. Check this out. It says the Build Back Better Act would subject crypto transactions to wash sale rules, an anti-abuse measure that currently applies to stocks, bonds, and other securities, according to an outline published by White House Rules Committee. As a result, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, and other crypto would be subject to the rules. They prevent investors from claiming tax benefits from an investment loss, then quickly buying back that asset, effectively retaining ownership. Now, folks, this is why I'm always talking about iTrustCapital, one of my sponsors. Okay, I have 2 accounts with these guys. All these tax things. One thing is abundantly clear with regard to crypto and just the government in general, is they're coming for all of us. And the only safe haven I've seen that we really have is these tax advantaged accounts. Like I have a Roth IRA and a SEP IRA. This is where we can invest in crypto either on a tax-free basis or a tax-deferred basis. But those are the advantages that you're not going to get in those taxable accounts. You can go, I've got in the description of this video, I've got 1 month free with iTrustCapital. Go check it out. I got links. I even did an interview with the COO one time that you can go and listen to that. But and check this out. Let me just show you. These are their offerings. Here's the iTrustCapital offerings. They offer all sorts of digital assets. You can see Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the big ones, Stellar. You know, they're halted on XRP right now like everybody, but you know, things change. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family. Go get an iTrustCapital account and invest on a tax-deferred or tax-free basis in these cryptos. Thanks for listening.